Esir Crowl could land at Bama and we could win this Texas-Auburn matchup. Will it happen? If you think so, subscribe to the channel. Esir Crowl, a name that already echoes in the college football scene, continues to be one of the most coveted pieces of the 2026 recruiting scene. The five-star running back, once classified for the 2027 class, decided to reclassify his entry into the college scene, accelerating the interest of some of the biggest powers in the sport. Among them, the Alabama Crimson Tide maintains a strong and consolidated position, as it has always done throughout its history in the national recruiting spotlight. Crowl, in his recent words to Touchdown Alabama, revealed that he intends to make his commitment decision by January. A timeline that, although not imminent, gives the teams involved enough time to adjust their strategies and impress the young talent. For Alabama, this represents a valuable opportunity to continue building a meaningful connection with the athlete, something that seems to be heading in the right direction. "I used to watch them a lot as a kid," Crowl said, referring to the Tuscaloosa program. He was emphatic, "It's definitely a top school for me." That statement is music to the ears of Crimson Tide fans, especially when he adds that he sees himself playing in red and white soon. Still, he makes a crucial point: personal and athletic development are paramount in his final choice. Kalen DeBoer, the coach who now leads the team, has shown a knack for attracting big names to the program and creating an environment where players can flourish both on and off the field. That could be the key to securing Crowl's commitment. Of course, Alabama isn't alone in this race. Auburn, its in-state rival, is also investing heavily in the race. Crowl acknowledges the tireless work of Hugh Freeze and Derek Nix, noting the charisma and effort put into landing him by Auburn. But there's something intrinsic about Alabama that seems to go beyond simple recruiting tactics. It's a tradition, an identity that few programs can match. Crowl grew up watching the Crimson Tide dominate the national stage, and that childhood influence often plays an underappreciated role in recruiting decisions. The fact that he specifically mentions Alabama as a top school suggests that the program is not only in the running, but ahead of it. Other giants are also in the running. Florida State, Georgia, Ohio State, and Texas make up the top 6 running back prospects. Each brings its own advantages, and it would be naive to ignore the weight of these institutions. Florida, for example, is trying to make a big splash with Billy Napier, whose conversations with Crowl have been positive. Texas, on the other hand, has managed to maintain its relevance even after Tasher Choice left, thanks to Chad Scott, who quickly took the reins and scheduled an official visit for Crowl back in March. This shows that the Longhorns are not willing to give up without a fight. But there is something about Alabama that transcends numbers and tradition. It is the ability to make players feel part of something bigger, to transform individual talents into pieces of a collective legacy. Crowl has spoken about how development as a person and a player is essential to his decision, and herein lies another advantage of the Crimson Tide. Kalen DeBoer, since taking over the helm, has prioritized this holistic approach, seeking to not only develop athletes, but men prepared to face life's challenges. This aspect could be the difference that leads Crowl to sign with Alabama. In addition, the geographic factor should not be underestimated. As an Alabama recruit, Crowl is already immersed in the culture and fervor that surrounds the program. The Crimson Tide is more than a football team, it's an institution that shapes the identity of many young people in the state. Growing up under that influence, it's only natural that he sees Alabama as an extension of his own journey, a continuation of what he's come to admire since he was a kid. Alabama's current landscape has put it in a strong position, but recruiting is a dynamic battle, full of twists and turns and surprises. A lot can happen between now and January. Official visits, conversations with coaches, and even small gestures can change the course of this story. But the way Crowl talks about Alabama makes it clear that the program has something special to offer. It's not just about winning titles, though the Crimson Tide has plenty of both. It's about creating a sense of belonging, of being part of something bigger than any one individual. I can't wait to see what happens. And there's another priority recruit at Bama. Let's talk about it. Nick Abrams, a four-star linebacker in the class of 2026. The young athlete, who plays at McDonough High School in Owings Mills, Maryland, will be on the Crimson Tide's campus for several days this week, a clear sign that the program is investing heavily in his recruitment. Abrams is exactly the type of versatile player that Kalen DeBoer and his staff have been looking for to further strengthen Alabama's defense. From the moment Alabama visited Abrams in January, it was clear that he was a priority for the program. "They consider me a priority," Abrams told Touchdown Alabama after that initial visit. "They consider me a priority on their board." That statement not only highlights how seriously the Tide is taking Abrams' recruitment, but also reflects the prestige of the program. Knowing that an institution with Alabama's storied history sees you as essential is something few players get to experience, and it seems to have left a lasting impression on Abrams. He specifically mentioned the program's ability to develop linebackers for the next phase of their careers, something that has been a signature of the Crimson Tide's success over the years. Nick Abrams isn't just another name on a recruiting list, he's an athlete who combines size, speed, and playmaking intelligence, traits that are highly valued in today's college football landscape. Abrams highlighted his versatility when talking about his strengths: "My versatility, being able to rush the passer and be dominant in the run game." He followed up those comments by stating that he can run sideline to sideline, drop back in coverage, make deflections, and even intercept passes. That combination of skills makes him exactly the type of modern linebacker that many college coaches are looking for. In today's style of play, where offenses are increasingly creative and dynamic, having a linebacker who can handle both the passing and running game is crucial. And Abrams seems to have it all, and maybe more. The multi-day campus visit is a unique opportunity for Abrams to immerse himself in Alabama's culture and understand what it means to wear the red and white. For the Crimson Tide, it's a chance to showcase everything the program has to offer, from its state-of-the-art facilities to the family-friendly atmosphere that permeates every aspect of the team. Kalen DeBoer and his staff know that recruiting is about more than just showing players tactical charts or promising minutes on the field. It's about creating genuine connections, showing that an athlete will be cared for and developed as a person and a player, and making them see themselves as part of something bigger. And based on Abrams' words so far, Alabama seems to be hitting the mark on that front. Plus, there's something symbolic about a player from Maryland, a state not traditionally known as a talent hotbed for Alabama, being a top target for the program. It speaks to the Crimson Tide's ability to expand its reach nationally, reaching talent outside of the South and Southeast regions that typically dominate its recruiting. Bringing Abrams to campus isn't just a strategic move to bolster the defense, it's a statement that Alabama can compete anywhere for top players. Of course, the recruiting process is still ongoing, and other schools will certainly be in the running for Abrams. But the fact that he's already stated that Alabama sees him as a priority suggests the program is in a strong position. When a player feels valued and that his future can be positively shaped by a team, it creates a connection that's hard for other prospects to overcome. And with this week's visit, Alabama has a chance to further solidify that connection. Abrams' arrival on campus is a reminder that the program continues to be a leader in recruiting, even in an increasingly competitive landscape. He represents the type of athlete who can not only contribute immediately, but also grow within the system and become a leader in the future. If Alabama can bring Abrams to Tuscaloosa, it will be adding another key piece to a machine that rarely stops working at a high level. Will he come to Bama? I want to see your comments.